Today's question comes from Kathy in Arizona. She says, my daughter just got married and her husband loves your show and is budgeting according to your plan. For new couples who are starting out and getting to know each other, it's hard to be on a tight budget with no extra money for date nights or even a yearly vacation. With both of them working full-time, there needs to be something to look forward to besides just paying the bills. Shouldn't your plan be modified a bit to include adequate funds for these activities as they get to know each other both personally and financially? That makes me laugh. That's good, Kathy. Wow. I don't know what plan she read. Your plan is to have no extra money, right? That's the plan I know and love.
Honey, you need to leave your grown kids alone and let them run their own lives, you interfering mother-in-law.
What book did she read?
Okay. No, we don't have money for date nights in there when you're trying to get out of debt. No, we don't have money for vacations in there when they're trying to get out of debt. And this poor little couple, newly married, will survive that. They'll make it, I promise, Mom. And they'll get to know each other just fine because they ain't got anything to do except sit and look at each other. So it's going to work out just fine.
I love that she said as they get to know each other financially.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
Yeah. So here is what you do need to guard against. I'm making fun of you, Kathy, because you need to be made fun of. But the thing you do need to guard against here that you are right about, I will take your side on this, is if he is being a control freak and clamping down and your daughter doesn't have a vote in this, your daughter needs to speak up. Because what we do teach is that both of them have a vote. But we do teach to sacrifice to win, to live like no one else so that later you can live like no one else. And if they both are committed to getting out of debt and they're going to sacrifice to win the way we teach, it is not going to harm their little tender relationship. As a matter of fact, it will draw them closer together because unlike their other married friends who are so freaking snowflake that all they worry about is being nurtured, instead they're actually sacrificing to hit a goal together, and that draws people closer together than snowflaking in the same room.
That sums it up. Well, here's what I'm saying. Their financial situation isn't clear here. We don't know if they're in debt, but the fact that she said they're on a tight budget makes me think they're probably in baby step 2.
They're probably broke.
He wants to get them out of debt so they can go on vacation and not come home with the vacation on the credit card for the rest of their life.
And Mommy is worried about her little princess.
They're newlyweds. They're fine.
I know.
They don't need to go anywhere.
And you know, but seriously, it's okay if they have. No, our budget does not say you cannot enjoy your life. It does say that you should tighten up everything and not have a bunch of fluff in your budget in order to accomplish your financial goals, which is get out of debt. And it is worth the sacrifice, and no, it will not damage their relationship beyond harm.
And you know what creates that margin for all that fun stuff? Getting out of debt.
See,
it's amazing how that works.
The reason an old fart like me laughs at something like this is because I remember when I got married, I was so broke I couldn't pay attention. And I can guarantee you, neither one of our mothers gave a crap about our little relationship.
So Dave should take Sharon on vacations.
My little daughter is not going to. No, her mother's like, you people need to get your butt in gear and work. That would have been both of our mothers. I mean, they would have had none of this. I mean, but it's a different thing now. So it's a little bit of a helicopter parent, Kathy. That's what we're hearing
here. And if
here.
Kathy cares so much, just send him on vacation.
No.
Kathy. Gift it to him. Gift it to him.
No. Don't interfere.
She's already interfering, clearly.
Let these grown people be grown people. You quit helicoptering. That's what I read here. Now, if I'm being mean to you and you get your little feelings hurt, I understand.
She'll call in or email you.
Yeah, she'll send me an email, but it's okay. I'll still love you. And I'm just going to make fun of you for being a helicopter mom. And you're sweet. You love your daughter, but you need to let her toughen up a little bit. It's not going to kill her. She's not going to lose her relationship. Her husband's not going to hate her. She's not going to hate her husband because they can't go out on a date night. Sharon and I didn't even know what a date night was after we got married. Prior to getting married, we had date nights, but after getting married, I mean, we were married 5 years before this whole date night thing came up.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
You're supposed to go out on a date on Tuesday night with your wife.
Back then you were going steady, right? That's what it was back then.
No, we were just married. It's like the whole thing was a date. You know, it wasn't like we had to go out somewhere to a restaurant to prove it. So, but that's old fart stuff. So,
Yeah, the times have changed, Dave.
Back in the day,
get with it.
back before the years began with an aught, before aught 22, oh my gosh. But yeah, such a boomer.
Showing your age.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. But,
But there is something about newlywed couples.
I did a podcast with Mike Rowe this morning, Dirty Jobs, and Mike and I are like brothers from a different mother on this stuff, and so we talked for an hour. The podcast went on way too long.
Just two buddies.
I think I messed up his podcast, but I don't know when it airs, but y'all be listening for it. He and I were having a lot of fun, and they happened to record it too. So, but we were just talking about entitlement and snowflakes, and I was bragging on the millennial generation because I always do. You know that, George.
Yes.
I have a good reputation for bragging on them.
The ones you meet and hear, at least.
But I meet them everywhere. They work on our team.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them, and they work hard. The portions of the millennial generation are amazing. Portions of them aren't. But we love the portions that are, and they make great. Have great marriages. We see them in here doing debt-free screams and all kinds of things. But the ones that are entitled snowflakes, where they come from, is this right here.
And that parenting is what leads to that.
This right here. This is who has a 31-year-old living in their basement. That's really good at Nintendo, really good at Call of Duty, and nothing else. And because washing his own clothes is just too much to ask. So making up your own bed, oh my gosh,
it's a lot of work.
Yeah. So I'm making fun of you, Kathy, but I tell you what, if it's not you, it's somebody else out there like you that I'm making fun of.
It's pointing to a bigger problem.
There you go. Thank you very much.
It's not about this
It's
situation.
a macro discussion, and you opened up the can of worms. So, yeah, that's the thing. So, no, we shouldn't modify our plan. I hadn't modified it in 30 years. Live like no one else so that later you can live like no one else. It's in the Bible. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it yields a harvest of righteousness.